Gary wants to go to Poppy's TV. Well, what a game that was.
Yeah, just about unbelievable.
It was unbelievable. It had everything, didn't it?
Well, 8 goals, 2 penalties, 2 misses.
What was it like out there? I mean, to go 1-0 ahead and then 2 goals in literally about 3 minutes. You go 2-1 down and 3-2 just before half time. I mean, they scored on 45 minutes and 95 minutes.
Yes,
it's incredible.
It was one of those crazy games. Like, you're going to get one a season, and I think that was ours, hopefully, for this season. But yeah, it was absolutely crazy, to be fair. Like I say, to go 1-0 up, you're thinking, right, okay, let's push on, kick on here. And then when they get those 2 goals, especially the one right before half time, we're kind of going in at half time a bit, obviously gutted, down, disappointed. But the lads all got together, stuck together. Second half came out and thought we'd done enough to win it at the end there. And then, like you say, they score again in the...
Feels like almost a defeat, doesn't it? Although it's a 4-4 draw. But it just shows the character of the side to come back and keep going and keep fighting. I mean, 3-2 down at half time, and I know there's 45 minutes of football to go, but it could have gone either way. And to get back with Holman's 2 goals and make it thought, yes, we've done that.
That's what I mean. Yeah, great finish from Dan as well, especially after the our penalty miss as well. Could have definitely easily kind of just given up and thought, blooming hell, it's not going to be our day. But the lads cracked on. We all got our heads down, carried on working hard, doing the right things, and we thought it was enough to pay off. And unfortunately, the sucker punch at the end.
Your own game, you played another great game down there on that wing, down the byline a few times there. Almost had a chance to score. You passed the ball instead.
How Darrell was saying to me after, he was like, you should have hit him. And in hindsight, I probably should have done. But I saw it in a bit of space, and unfortunately, just wasn't enough to get there.
Have you found things since your injury? You've been back a few weeks now, and
okay? Everything's good. I thought I would feel it a little bit more than I have, but it's been fine, which is brilliant news. Obviously, fitness is slowly getting there now, but yeah, it's brilliant to be back. Back out there playing.
Not too many days rest before the next game. We've got St Ives down. At least we're at home anyway. St Ives down here on Saturday, Barwell next Tuesday, and then Lowestoft on Saturday. It's all coming together quite nicely.
Yes, definitely. Yeah, I think Saturday coming gives us a chance to put things right again. Like, it's not like us at all to concede 4 goals, let alone 4 goals.
I'm going to say that's almost as many as you conceded all season.
Yeah, so got a chance on Saturday to put it right. Hopefully, start of another run, we can get another winning run going like we had before.
Well, we're still top of the league. We've still got 2 games in hand over our nearest rivals. They have clawed a few points back, but still, if we win those games in hand, that won't mean anything. It's going into the new year soon with all guns blazing. It must be great to be here at Kettering. Yeah,
definitely. Yeah, the atmosphere in the changing room is brilliant. The lads are buzzing. There's a brilliant vibe around the place. All the lads are extremely confident. As you can see that from out there today, they come back. Everybody's kind of never giving up. All the lads are in it together as well, which is brilliant, especially for the changing rooms. And like you say, brilliant time to be here. We're top of the league, and hopefully long may that continue until the end of the
season. I almost had a back spasm pulled when I leapt up for the 4th goal. I'm not quite sure if it's recovered. You have to get the old physio on it. If Rachel will come over and fiddle around with that. But it was great, and unfortunate not to win it. But a great game of football for the neutral anyway. Not so good for the faint-hearted Kettering fans. But wow, it was a great game. Thank you, Gary, for coming over.
Thank you very much.
Have your shower. I can see you need it. And we'll see if we can get Marcus to come in to give his verdict on the game. It certainly was an interesting game through all angles. Here comes Marcus Law. So, Marcus, we've got a few highlights we can show you. Well, the viewers or the listeners can't see them, obviously, because we're on audio, but we can show you 1 or 2 things. First of all, though, what's your take on the game? It was a pendulum swinging either way. It had everything, didn't it?
Yeah, it did. Missed penalties, goals disallowed, 8 goals. I didn't see that coming in terms of goals against. Look, we're not going to get everything our way all the time. Over 15 games, our defensive displays have been excellent and wasn't quite to the levels we expected or certainly the players feel that they've let themselves down today. The positives: 4 goals at home, went down twice. Having missed the penalty as well, the whole second half was very, it was going one way. And because it was still only 1 goal in it, in terms of us leading, it always gives them the opportunity to and have a go. We spoke about it on Saturday, didn't we, where Paul White's made a great save right at the death. You look at Royston, where Paul White's made a save. It's just very unfortunate that their only corner of that half we haven't defended correctly, like their second. So that's 2 goals from corners, which is which people not tracking their men and doing their job properly. I just think maybe we looked a little bit mentally laboured. We got punished on the counter-attack. We had too many players in front of the ball, in front of the lines, and not ready for the counter. And that's where it punished us in the first half. We resolved that. We sorted that out second half. It just looked like it was a matter of time. And then when we got it, we didn't do enough to see it out.
Well, we went 1-0 up with Aaron O'Connor's goal. It was a cracking goal, really.
Yeah, well, I think it was first 3 goals all were headers.
Yep, there was Azza in there, poaching. Good work, though, from young Kelly Evans.
Yeah, so a good ball in, a good header across from Dan. Numbers in there, and Aaron, what he's good at, he just reacts quicker than most in the 6-yard box and gets his reward.
So everything was going hunky-dory then, and then 4 minutes later, in fact, they got their equaliser, and then 6 minutes later it was...
I think memory tells me they've had a good passing sequence with this, and it's from us losing the ball and just our recovery. We're just too much open in the recovery, and like I said, we sorted it out in the second half. But from our attack, is this?
This is the equaliser.
This is Dion. Yeah, another ball in the box. Dion coming on the back post, getting forward. We try to do that a lot today. Try to get Gary and Dion a lot higher and giving us width. And try and get people rotating in the middle. Our attacking play is really good. I mean, we've had numerous opportunities and we could have scored more. They've defended in numbers. They've made life very difficult for us. And don't get me wrong, they're on a good run of form. They're a good side. And
they're third in the form league, weren't they? Up to
second today.
Yeah.
And they've the Stourbridge result wasn't a million. It wasn't, from what I gather, it wasn't as resounding as it sounded. I'd be very interested to see a team where they don't be so compact at the back. Their game plan worked for them today without a shadow.
They gave you certainly a different sort of problem by running at you, didn't they? And the teams haven't really had doses like that.
They defended very deeply and made us have to shift the ball and break the lines, which I thought we did well. But you're not always going to get a shot on goal. You're not always going to make the ideal cross or pass. And certainly, first half, they punished us extremely well on the counter. I mean, the third, the lads sort of reacted first on the halfway line, about 5 yards inside his own half, and there was just acres of space. And there's one thing that side's got: there's abundance of youth and pace, and we just couldn't get our starting positions, defensive shape in possession of the ball wasn't good enough, and that's where they punished us today. And that's what they were hoping for, and that's what their game plan was, and they were getting the rewards.
Food for thought, Marcus, isn't it? In case other teams try that sort of tactic against us.
Well, second half we turned it,
nullified it.
Yeah. We just needed to make sure that we have a certain shape that when we're in possession of the ball and defending. And second half it was just wave after wave, wasn't it? It was. You thought the penalty would change it.
Well, here's Holman's 3-3 header.
Yes, that's a fantastic header. Again, getting himself in the box. That's what Aaron and Dan are good. They get themselves half a yard. One of them just get it back in there.
Cheeky, this is, isn't it?
That's just his quality, isn't it? That's why we go get and work hard to get players like that he just put it in there. Keepers deciding not to go, and a bit of quality and fair play to him. And you'd expect us now, with the way we've played of late, to see that out. Yeah. But you give credit where they're due. They then flipped to 4-3-3. They had a go at us. We've now got something to lose rather than trying to gain something. We had 2 fantastic opportunities to either run the ball in the corner or have a bit of quality and keep possession. We give the ball away, and then from losing the ball, they've gained a corner, and we haven't defended correctly.
Let's look at the Paul White penalty save. It was a super save. It was a good height. It was well taken. There's no denying that Paul White does well here.
Yeah, it's a very good save. He's read it. The way he's shaped up, yeah, it's at a good height, probably a yard higher or lower. It'd be interesting. So, but he's got to be there and put it in and read it, and he did. And 3-1 might have been questionable. Would have we done? Would they have changed? But
our own penalty, I did look at you when we missed our penalty, did turn away, and the frailties with penalties are...
I'm just a bit... I need to speak to Reece. I know he's on the penalties, but he's just hadn't been on the pitch very long, and we've had that over the years where sometimes the subs have took it and not taken it. Maybe Dan should have took it. I don't know. I let the players, generally they have their rule, how they do it. Obviously when Brett finally got hold of the decisions, he turned that into a fantastic run. He weren't on at the time, so he probably would have took it to sort of turn around at the Stamford. So hey, look, you know, we're not going to get everything our way. We could look at this one game on its own and rip it to shreds. You know, conceding 4 goals, not scoring the penalties. You know, we're at home, we should make it a fortress. But 38 points from 15 games is a fantastic.
You said 40 points would be massive.
Oh,
38, so
yeah,
you're not far off each other.
We haven't lost. Defensively, we're poor. 4 goals at home. And there's a few characteristics in there that you could certainly say that we won't give up. It was 3-2, and we've missed the penalty, and yet we've still persevered and gone on. So there's a lot of character in the group. Obviously, they're angry and frustrated with a few things.
Well, you heard Gareth Stohrer there say we go again on Saturday. Let's put it right, you know.
And that's all we can do. We're in a great position. We've got game after game.
Still 2 games in hand over the
exactly. So we're not going to be. We're not going to get everything our way. Things are going to be... There's going to be a roller coaster. There's certainly going to be a little blip, a little run that we've got to manage or nullify. I've got a lot of trust in the lads in the way they conduct themselves. So the fact that we haven't lost and the way the game was, we got a few things we can just tidy up on. But teams have still got to try and stop us from scoring. And they defended very deep. They defended very well. They defended for long periods. They give us possession, or conceded possession, and we've come away with 4 goals. So teams have got a lot of questions on how to stop us from scoring. Over the 15 games, we've proven that we can keep more clean sheets than we concede. So we'll put it in its place where it belongs, and we'll move on.
Okay, Marcus, thank you much. We'll see you against St Ives on Saturday.